So here's some points on setting up your game. If you hold shift while the game is launching, it'll open up a menu on your desktop and you can change the window size of the display. And you want to set it as small as possible so it saves a little bit of processing power for your
Tiebreaker
computer.
missile is ready.
And if you hold grip, you can look at people's names and you can highlight them. You can mute yourself or mute somebody else if they're annoying. And you got volume controls there as well. Like I turned the effect down because the effect is like drowning out people talking.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you're having trouble with your teleporter not working right on the Vive controllers, they have a problem with their button not working very well, and it's important that you can teleport well. So if you go into Steam, this won't work for Oculus, but in Steam you go to the bottom of in VR, there's like a settings button, and you can go in there and you can reprogram the buttons to anything you want. And so I changed teleport to the top button, the little menu button, and then I reversed the roles of the buttons.
Teams are tied.
That way you can teleport with the little menu button.
Are you ready?
And it works more consistent.
Similarly, so I'm on an index, and about teleporting, I realized that there's actually 2 different buttons for teleport. Whereas I had always been using the joysticks, I was accidentally teleporting sometimes by using the trackpad. So if anyone's on an index, you can go in and basically delete that control so that your trackpad is null.
Nice.
Yeah.
That reminded me of another one that I want to talk about because I think it's really important is how to land on things. Like you can land on sharp edges and stuff, but basically what you want to see is your teleporter circle becomes flat or horizontal to the ground. If your teleporter indicator is horizontal like that, it means it's going to work. Like that. So if it's like at an angle, it's not going to work. Like kind of like this.
10 seconds remain.
You can see on my screen, but that. Anyways, that makes really cool things where you can teleport on somebody else's ball. If like hold out your arm like that, and yeah, you can just like go on top of their ball that way. What you do is you look for it to be flat and horizontal before you teleport. And that allows you to teleport on top of slow missiles too, which is really fun. And speaking of teleporting on top of things, you can teleport on top of shields, which is also fun. You just go like that. And you can do it over and over again. Or sometimes, if I have both hands full, I shoot one straight up, and then I land on top of it like that. It's just something kind of fun to do. And
Genius.
With shields, if someone's trying to shoot you, especially with a fireball or something that has a big blast radius, you can, right before it gets to you, you can go ahead and shoot at me. And then you can shoot your thing away, and it'll give you more distance. So try to shoot me now, and then we'll pretend it was a fireball. So if I would have shot away a little bit earlier, that would have given me more distance before it hits, which will basically save you from a fireball.
Ready?
And this also works for the boulders. So if a boulder is coming at you, but it hasn't expanded to its large size yet, then if you shoot your shield at it, you can just basically cancel it out, because when the shield hits it, it just disappears.
Tiebreaker missile is ready.
Oh, I shot a little bit high. But yeah, that would have canceled it out.
Yeah.
That reminded me of a trick where, okay, if you have a shield
the blue team.
or a ball or something that can block, and let's say Light and Fluffy had a grenade and it was on the ground, kind of like where this ball is, if you duck down and you get real low, you can kind of you can shield yourself from the blast of the grenade, even if the grenade's near you. This works. You have to like basically have yourself covered, have a defense in front of you, which is the ball or a shield. So basically, if there's a grenade next to you and you have no time to teleport away, get down, put the shield out in front of it, and that might save you. I don't know exactly how that one works. With fireballs, people can block them away. They hit your ball and they go away sometimes. So what you always want to do is shoot at someone's feet, so they can't reach and block it, and the area of effect will kill them.
10 seconds remain.
Oh, we have a shield. So try to block this fireball with the shield by shooting your shield out before it gets there. Nice.
Overtime started.
And you don't necessarily have to shoot out, but this helps if you shoot it out, that's all. Here's another one. Try to shoot that at me, and I'll try to block it. There. Okay, that was a good
You-
demonstration. Yeah.
Because from up there, like it's hard to predict where it's gonna go.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at the ground, kind of.
All right, I'll come a little closer.
That was really cool.
Right?
And
It
notice,
does actually
10
work with
seconds
just.
remain.
It does actually work with just one, but you have to be closer and smaller. Two of them gives you a little bit more blocking power.
yeah, that reminded me. That's something I've been doing a lot recently. Is using 2 balls to block.
Orange
I put
team is in the
kind of
lead.
one above the other, and
Are you
it's
ready?
really effective. I keep them right out in front of me,
Go!
and like she did just now, you duck, and so like
Eliminate
there's not
the
much
blue
space
team.
for them to see, and it's hard to hit you. Just having 2 to block. But let's say you don't have to and you know they're about to shoot, you can always shoot out your teleporter, because a teleporter can block just as well as a ball. And the teleporter can be used to knock things away because it's got a lot of mass. And here's the thing about those. You can get on top if you hit it right. I didn't hit it right. That reminded me of another thing. When you shoot these slow missiles, you can shoot them away towards the enemy, or you can block with them. But you can also do, oh perfect, I found one. You can do that with your teleporter. So what you do is you kind of get them in line, and it's better with a ball. You shoot them at the same time, and it goes flying. And usually it'll surprise somebody if it comes right at
10
them.
seconds
And
remain.
basically you can place your slow missile where you need it. And notice how she's blocking. You can block the ball like that. And if you have no balls in your hand, you can block with your teleporter with the slow missile.
Overtime started.
You
Tiebreaker
gotta listen
missile
for
is
it.
ready.
Listen for it beeping. It's easy to forget. I find that my aiming is more accurate once I have like a good grip down. Once I get my grip where I want it, I kind of hold it tight and I don't let go for a long time. And having no ball in your hand helps because you got these lasers coming out. So what I usually do is I get the 2 lasers out and I get it until it fits in my hand exactly how I want it. Kind of move it around, and then once I get that good grip, I hold it. We have only 10 seconds left, but one strategy when you're working with a team is to stay with your teammate. That way you know where they are and you can have their back. Also, double teaming is great.
Orange team is
It's
in
really
the
hard to
lead.
defend against a double team. And
Are you ready?
something I never did in the past was retreating.
Go!
It's smart to retreat, and sometimes I retreat
Eliminate the
without
blue
looking. I just shoot my teleporter behind me and just go where it goes. And that's good because you always want to keep your eye on the opponent so you can block. And speaking of behind, when you put your laser pointing at a ball, there's a small tactile feedback. Your controller vibrates. So if you're standing over here and you know there's a bunch of balls behind you and want to pick one up, you can kind of feel for where they are. You'll feel a vibration in your controller if you're pointing at it. And so I reach behind me a lot and pick up balls. And that's really good once you get used to it. In capture, only one person needs to be on the point, so you can, once you know your teammate's up there on the capture point, you can kind of
Overtime started.
be at a safe
Tiebreaker
distance
missile is ready.
and just shoot from the flanks and go find power-ups, and you can shoot all your balls up to the teammate who's standing on the point, and they'll have like a good selection of ammo up there. This is a cool one. Jason calls the lag shot. You know you're about to teleport, and at the last moment, right before you teleport, then you shoot. And that way,
Orange team is in the lead.
they think you're over here, but you're actually still over there.
Are you ready?
And the way to do that is to know the timing, and once you get the timing down, just fire at the last moment.
Eliminate the
And
blue team.
if you fire too late, it doesn't really matter because then you're already a safe distance away. I hit the wrong button on my screen. Okay. So I'm constantly throwing my teleporter, making fake teleports. The way you fake teleport is you push the teleport button again before it actually moves your body. So
10
you
seconds
can do it
remain.
fast, but nobody's going to believe your teleport. To make it believable, you leave it out there for a long time, and you trick them. Some people have got this timing down so well.
Overtime started.
But it's about timing.
Tiebreaker missile
And
is
speaking
ready.
of the timing, it's indicated by the spiral. You see the colors. It like makes a visual indication of when it's almost done. So you can look at it, you can memorize the timing, or you can just kind of see. And when you're throwing a teleporter, people are going to notice it around The radius of the teleporter is the spiral effect is bigger than your body. So if you're trying to sneak up on someone and you're kind of coming around the edge, the spiral is going to be obvious. So if you do want to sneak up on someone, give it some extra room so that the spiral colors don't show up.
That would be a really good time to make use of the room, the room space.
Yeah, a lot of
10
times,
seconds remain.
you know, each teleport you make takes some time, and so if I'm in a hairy situation like right now against her, I would just kind of move in your room to go behind an
Orange team is
object.
in the lead.
Always keep in mind that it's possible to
Are you ready?
move behind objects. And on that subject, if you're
Eliminate the blue team.
in a pickle or you're in a hurry, putting your hand down low, making a short arc instead of a big arc, your teleporter has less time in the air, and so you make a faster teleport. This is the quickest teleport you can do right here, like this. So sometimes when you're in a hurry to get out of a situation, put your hand low and do a short teleport. Keep the arc short and the distance short, and it'll just be a little faster between teleports. And another thing about room scale, this is very important, is where you it's showing an indicator of where I'm going to land, but while the teleporter is in the air, I'm going to move in real life. So I shoot it out, I move in real life, and when I show up, she thinks I'm going to be here, but I actually sidestepped. So basically, you're just sidestepping
10
while your
seconds
teleporter
remain.
sidestepping while your teleporter is in its while it's working. And try not to go the same direction every time.
Tiebreaker missile
It's
is
good
ready.
to know your opponents, because if you know the habits of your enemies, you can take advantage of those. You can, if you don't know, if you think someone might be behind you, a lot of times I put a ball right behind my head, because that's where people shoot a lot. If you're fighting against bots, it's good to block in front of your forehead. They should pretty much always shoot for that spot. And to kill a bot, so you block in front of your forehead and you get up close to them, and I usually shoot them low, around the belt. And you can shoot people high or low. This is a classic move called the Tao. After Tao Man, he shoots two at the same time, exactly the same time, usually like this, and then it's like they're harder to block. Because you could do stagger or at the same time, but if you do two, like one high, one low, and they
10
block
seconds
only low
remain.
or only middle, then they're still going to get hit. There's a bug that happens if you get killed twice at the same time. Whoever kills you twice at the same time, you're getting
Orange
killed by
team is
either
in the lead.
two people or two balls simultaneously, then
Are you ready?
that person becomes invisible to you, and they stay invisible
Eliminate the blue team.
until they kill you again. And so that's just a bug you gotta deal with. Then there's the audio bug, where if someone leaves a room, sometimes they bring the audio with them and nobody can hear each other again until the next round starts. But if somebody happens to come in during that time, they can hear everybody. So you just gotta deal with that or start a new match. I wasn't recording, sorry.
10 seconds remain.
Sorry. So sometimes I like to be able to block the snipes with a ball, right? Like maybe you don't have time to teleport. And sometimes it will work where you block a snipe,
Overtime
but it's
started.
not reliable.
Tiebreaker
Sometimes
missile is ready.
the machine will just calculate that it hit you. So especially if it's on a quick block, you may see it as blocked, but it won't always work. So it's kind of a last resort method.
Yeah, I always like to bring up my ball and block any kind of shot, and sometimes it doesn't work, and it's because of the latency of the internet. So it's good to have like a backup, like block twice and dodge at the same time. I always just do kind of just a small sidestep, and it works pretty well for most things. So I'm blocking and sidestepping at the same time, or ducking works too.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, just
always.
moving a lot really helps in this game.
Nice.
10 seconds remain.
So dribbling is what I call it when you just focus on one hand. You want to have a ball, so you shoot one you want to move, but have a ball in your hand.
Orange
Or maybe you
team
want to have
is
in
in the
both hands,
lead.
or maybe you have just one controller. In that case,
Are you ready?
you can shoot the ball. I find it's best to shoot it down at like a 45-degree
Eliminate
angle,
the blue team.
45-degree angle, and then just and catch it again. So I'm just shooting down, catching, shooting down, catching. And this way, I always have a ball in both hands, or whichever hand is available. If I have one hand, it also works for that too. And a lot of times that reminds me that if you don't have a ball, someone's shooting one at you, you point at it, and if it's green, you can grab it. So a lot of times you have no ball and you're really far away from one, but there's one way up there, and you just point at it and grab it out of the air. I don't know exactly, how to explain that.
Tiebreaker missile
Okay,
is
I'm recording
ready.
again.